Welcome to another episode of Tattoos and Whiskey with the Grouch. I'm the Grouch, and today we're going to be doing a tattoo with Joe Hanley, aka J.Sirus, a local artist from the Sacramento area as well, known around the country for his music. So, what we're going to do is we're going to work on a tattoo today. What's the tattoo idea that we decided on?
So the tattoo idea that we're doing is next week on the 24th is the 5-year anniversary of my brother passing. And there's an intertwine of like Blue Jays and when the day after my brother passed. And so I've been sitting on this idea for a while, sitting on the script. And I wanted to do it in memory of him 5 years, but I also wanted to, let that be shown everywhere I go on my forearm right there. And so, but it's for all in all, it's for my brother. Yep, my brother Ryan.
Okay. Today we're going to be tasting Joseph Magnus Whiskey. It's a bourbon with a little bit of, something a little different, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Let's go ahead and get started on that tattoo.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. And I just realized too that it's Joseph called Joseph.
It's exciting, huh, man?
Hell yeah, man.
You get that feeling excited about it.
Yeah, man, this is fucking awesome though. From your bedroom one right there by Lake Cannon
Yeah, right.
to the garage one. That one was badass too.
Yeah, no,
How you guys got it set up and now you got the whole thing.
the whole thing with the family.
That's fucking awesome, brother.
That's the best part. All right, so once again, we're with Joseph Hanley, aka J.Sirus. Now, when we talk about J.Sirus, I've been around you for a minute, so I know a lot of this started, young for you. So maybe, let people inside, your family life growing up and how you got, how your family kind of just got you into the music.
Man, it started real fucking young, man. When I'll say even when we were in North Highlands when I was a baby, like Tupac was Jesus in our household. And like being little baby kids and not really knowing no better, like we were just so adapted into the like hip hop music culture naturally, just based off of everything that was going on in the 90s. And my oldest brother Thomas, he started spitting and getting into the streets doing music in like 1997. So I was only like 4 or 5 years old. And I'm the youngest out of six boys. And so, followed my brother's lead, man. I just wanted to be like my older brothers and they were into it. And I was fortunate enough to get the game from all of them. And they went through the mistakes that they needed to go through. And then I got the game and was kind of taught the right from wrongs and how to conduct myself well when I got older. And it just led into me being a complete artist. But it started off when I was a little baby. I was a little baby kid rapping shit that I shouldn't have been rapping about.
Yeah. So, you talked about some of your brothers. I mean, you come from a fairly big family. So,
Yes, sir.
How many siblings did you grow up with?
So there's 7 of us, 6 boys, 1 girl. My sister's the second oldest, but she's damn near like the third parent. She took care of all of us, and we it was unfortunate we got split apart from each other like for a short time when we were kids, and when we got back together, we moved to Galt, and that was just such a bad time. Like we love each other so much, we're so close with each other. So when we got split apart and then we got back together and moved to Galt, we never wanted nothing like that to happen again. And so we just held on to each other as hard as we could, like grabbing each other's wrists, damn near walking through life. And that's how we always stayed, always very, very close. Very close to my brothers. My sister's my best friend.
Oh,
Yeah, and so we're very close, bro. We're very close. They have a huge motivational part of my music, my artistry, who I am as an artist, the vulnerability that I have that I'm like able to actually get out because you actually live through some real life shit, you know what I mean? And just being able to be kind of our voice as of the family, because we are good people. We all have good hearts, all that, and just kind of being able to be the voice and the moving factor for us is I take fucking big pride in that for sure. But Very, very close, brother. Like they, everything about me is built off of my brothers and my sister for sure.
So when did you guys move into Galt? Because I remember, I used to dabble with the music a little bit, and I remember going hanging out with your brother Thomas and your brother-in-law Joe, and we'd be out there freestyling, and then you would come out there and do your thing, and man, I was like, how old is this kid, man? So that was probably back in, what was it, 2000 and
Probably 2001,
2001?
2002. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so how
About
old
that
were you when you were living on what street was that? That was
in the country.
no, right there at that house at the end of the road.
Oh, in the court.
Yeah, in the court. There you go.
That was a little later on. I was in like sixth grade at that point, so I was like 10 years old when we moved in there. But we moved to Galt when I was, I think, 5 going on to 6. All my brothers were a lot older than me, but yeah, I think it was 1999 or 1998. 1998, yeah, it was the first year that Thomas met Joe, Big Joe, right there, and they played Galt High football. So, and I was born in '93, so yeah, 5. I was 5 when we moved out here. And then when you guys started coming around was when my brothers were a little bit older. You guys were drinking. You guys were fucking wild back in the days. And
You're just chilling, bro.
chilling, man. Yeah, yeah, not doing nothing bad, but you guys like my brothers loved having everybody over and getting their little cipher circles, and that I looked that was like damn near watching an NFL football game for me, man. Like
Yeah.
I would be watching you guys through the window, like, all right, let them get a little bit more drunk so they're not tripping about me being out there, and I'm gonna go out there and kick it.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, when did you? So, I mean, we kind of get the idea. Like the music's always been part of the family.
Yeah.
And I could tend to that because I was there watching. Your brothers do their thing. I know Thomas was really deep into it. But when did you decide to take the next step and started making the music and kind of prioritizing that to be your future?
Well, man, I was a big sports kid as like growing up, and but I always knew. I think it was like really 7th, 8th grade. I dropped my first song on MySpace, and
For those young kids, what is MySpace?
yeah, for real.
They're like
MySpace is your old age Instagram for sure.
Yeah.
And I dropped it there, and that's actually when I started getting actually like formatting records, and actually was kind of had a good little swag to me that people are like easy to listen to. And I always went off just reactions, man. Like I love shifting a room and ooh, like yeah, like I love those reactions, you know what I mean? Like I love to shake shit up. And so specifically there was a time my sister and Big Joe took me to a Ludacris concert, Sleep Train Amphitheater in Marysville, and Joe made during an intermission before Nas came up. Nas was there too. There was like a little cipher going on, and Joe made me hop in the cipher in the stands. There's probably a good 300 people around us, and my little voice just started, and just everybody going crazy, hopping over the rails to come and see me freestyle and spit this little rap. That my name was Baby Heat at the time. That reaction right there is what made me drop my first record. And then I just always kind of knew, like, I'm not going to college, I'm going to do music. And I said that probably at like 7th, 8th grade. Yeah. And then right out of high school, I went full prioritized, dropped out of Sac City, didn't play football, and just prioritized my first album. Thought it was the fucking greatest work on planet Earth. When I recorded it on GarageBand, and it was fucking ass, but it got me that confidence to keep going and open up some doors. And then every year I always wanted to outdo myself, bro. Like once I got out of high school, and like I just knew I had the potential, the mind state to do it. Anybody does, you know what I mean? But I fucking really I put the show on the road right out of high school for sure, and I wasn't turning around. Like I was just like, all right, this is it. Like this is it or nothing, damn near. You know what I mean? And so I started dropping out of high school, got into certain venues, met certain people, started getting managed, and then the better my music got, the more naturally serious it got for us. You know what I mean? Opportunities started open, doors started opening, hitting the road, just
Yeah, it's cool because I seen the music change, and like there was a point where I was like, I've got to a lot of people, from Sacramento area, just random people, and I'll have your music playing inside the studio, and they're like, "Oh, who's this?" And I'm just like, "That's J.Sirus from Galt." They're like, "This
yeah,
guy's from Galt." I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah." So
yeah.
I mean, sometimes people would leave with your music on their playlist. You know what I mean?
I love that, bro. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, it's a cool story. Now the village, I remember tattooing that on
Uh huh.
your neck. What tell me a little bit about the village.
The village is I basically like quote unquote like put a brand on my group of friends that I grew up with. So when
Huh?
I got off a tour, or no, it was actually right before tour. I went in 2017. It was 2016. Uh, my friends were just so heavily involved in everything that I did. They wanted to help. They like believed in it,
Yeah.
and I had a dude fly out from New York after I went to South by Southwest. So this was like this time of the year right here, and we set up a day party and a night party at Chico State College, and all of the homies came from college out in South that we went to high school with. All of our like village homies came to that, and we were pretty faded, but I was telling them like, man, I really want to put a stamp on this shit and start branding it like within my music because it's what I talk about so much. And I was thinking about like we're so close knit to each other, and I was like, man, the village been on my head, and I said, fuck it, let's just run with it, and they just loved it. All my homeboys loved it, and they're like, yep. So they couple of my homies in the same font that you did got it tatted on them in different places and shit,
Oh yeah.
and but it's really just like I kind of branded my childhood group of friends, and when I got back off a tour, like my little bro Brandon, he has it blasted on his forearm, but like he was day to day with me in the music. His older brother Ryan was helping with the personal management side. Gabe and then Alec, Fiatoa, Julian, all my homeboys, they like slowly but surely contribute to it. You know what I mean? Whether it's writing an article, whether it's running a merch booth, whether it's doing something, and so it's like if I don't have to hire strangers or be around strangers and shit, and I get to be around people that I actually like rock with and I love.
Yeah, someone you could trust too.
Absolutely, man. And so that's the whole moral story of the village right there. It's just it's my childhood group of friends. So now we got the Village Fantasy Football League and
Yeah.
all that shit. You know what I mean? Everything is through the village. It's very, very stamped. But it's really though Galt as well too. Like
Yeah.
I have a lot of supporters from Galt and they really fucking rock with that shit. Like they're prideful about it. Like this is the village. Like fucking Galt's the village. And so I'm like fucking run with it. Like
Yeah.
because I love Galt. I promote Galt more in my music because it's actually the place that allowed my family to actually have a fucking normal life at some point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's one thing about Galt. Like you could live in Sac your whole life and get yourself in trouble. In Galt, there's still trouble, but it's really a good place to raise your
fuck
family.
yeah, absolutely, man. I was able to play football my whole life and kept my parents super straight. You know what I mean? Sacramento was a death trap for my parents, and they took it amongst themselves. And then not only that, it was like I remember my first day of school. I fucking walk in and it was in the country in a camp of a school called Oakview. And it's such a culture shock to me, bro. Like when I first walked in and like a kid walked up to me like, hey, do you want to come and finger paint with me or something? But he was so fucking nice that it was intimidating to me. Like it was like scary to me. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
started hella crying, like didn't want my mom to leave and shit. And because I just wasn't used to that. It was just such like chaos all the time. You know what I mean? As a kid. And so I'm just super thankful and grateful that I got to be able to be around that. And I'm the youngest, so I was a lot more fortunate than my older brothers.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's talk a little bit about that too, because like I've listened to your music, and a lot of your music it revolves around your family.
huh.
Like so, like you talk about your brothers, your mom. Um, Damn, the song you made about your sister almost made me cry, bro.
Man, it was a
You know what
big
I
one
mean?
for me, brother. Yeah.
That's a huge song. So, I mean, you put your family out there in your music. How did your family, kind of take that, kind of just putting them out there and.
They never had a problem with it. And then anytime, what's crazy is like nowadays I have a problem with some of the things I would speak on. Like I might have been a little too vulnerable with stuff, but it was like nobody understands how somebody will feel in that moment. Like I was coming back and my childhood heroes were fucking up to a level that is just unimaginable and shit. And one thing about me and my music, I can't write music unless I'm being somewhat vulnerable and talking like something, speaking about something that's currently happening with my life or anything like that. You know what I mean? And so a lot of the songs, like I know, like my song "68 Cutlass."
Yeah.
What my brother, he called me and was just like, I love you so much," but like apologizing to me and just like I didn't know, like he didn't know that's how I felt about it or something. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I use music as therapeutically to get my shit out, and then once I create a name for myself, now you have thousands of other people that's like kind of singing your personal shit. You know what I mean? And so certain things, but I was young too. I was in my like early 20s, still like finding my own way into being a man and shit. So there's certain things I look back on that I'm like, I could have like kept that part out, or I fucking could have did something different. But I think it's kind of God pushed a voice in me, bro, like to kind of let it out there, because it does somewhat check them in a way, like positively and negatively. Like and what I mean by that, like Thomas calling me and being like, man, just fucking like apologizing to me, but loving the record though speaks volumes for sure. You know what I mean? I'd never had a problem with any of them. Like I have a song called Michael Song that was about Michael, and that one was actually like I'm talking from a perspective from me, and then I'm talking from his perspective of like actually conversations we have. You know what I mean? And that one fucked him up too. You know what I mean? And that's actually the one I was talking about being a little over vulnerable and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want them to walk around and people have a certain judgy like look towards them and shit like that. We ride for each other. You know what I mean? And but at the same time though, they were my fucking childhood heroes. And so when I'm out here doing shit by myself, wishing that I had my brothers, like, you know what I mean? I gotta let them know sometimes and shit. And so that's why the vulnerability comes from. It comes from that for sure.
And sometimes some people make the best music when they're going through stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, hearing it made the music seem more real.
Absolutely.
At least to me. And then there's probably people that listen to that music, and I know, like my wife, she could kind of relate to some of the things you guys had going on in your
absolutely. Yep.
stuff like that. So like it really, even though it kind of just there's a line, it does help. With the music, I think it just
Absolutely.
definitely.
I think that's kind of why I had the name that, like, why I created the name that I had, and was because the people that like attached themselves to my music was because of it related to them. I was speaking through them in some sort of way from the vulnerable songs that I put out and shit like that too. Like you mentioned Gina's song. There's tattoos in Austin, Texas, Kansas City, fucking Denver, Colorado, people that have quotes of that song on them and telling me, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. That makes it all the worth it. You know what I mean? That makes it all worth it for sure right there. And just certain things that I would like mention in the certain things I would say is just like I don't want to talk about my family's demise too much no more.
Yeah.
Just kind of be like I'm in my fatherhood stage, and so I'm very solution based now. Like if I'm gonna write about something, it's about like kind of a solution. I'll still speak on the real shit, you know what I mean? But not being completely vulnerable. But when I was doing those songs, was in the thick of like drug addiction within my family, like heavy, very heavy, and I was dealing with it on the like daily and fucking just all that happens to thousands and thousands of people around us, you know what I mean? I just had an outlet and a voice to actually talk about it, and so you know what I mean? People heard it from a different perspective. But really those songs came out during a pretty fucking like rough time when it came to my family and my brothers and shit like that. And so I would be sitting in the studio like, dude, just play some ominous shit. Like this is all I can rap about right now, dog. Like fucking do it. It always came purely from the heart though, and always came out of love at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like everything came out of love though, man. And so
the music was great to hear. And then you just kind of brought up how the music's changing now. It's going from a little bit of pain and the struggles early on, but now it's fatherhood.
Yeah, man.
So you're a father now, right?
Yes, man. 2 boys and 1 boy on the way in 3 weeks
Oh
from now.
God.
Yeah. So I got three new a new pack of Hanley boys coming. But really, fatherhood, bro, just the overwhelming amount of joy that I have. The overwhelming amount of joy that I have really just outweighs everything now. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have my baby boys, I probably still kind of will be in like might have still been in depths that I couldn't get over or fucking, you know what I mean? It helped me really move on with my fucking life, bro. Like, I understand it. My brother's always got a hand right here if they reach out, but fucking, my priorities is making sure that they're raised the right way and shit. And I'm a big ass kid, bro. And so I just have like an indescribable amount of love in my heart now. Like I always did, but it's like now it's like,
I used to me and Aaron used to talk about that because we would see videos your sister would post
mm-hmm.
and you were the fucking uncle. Like I was just like, man, I
Yeah,
wish my kids had an uncle like that,
yeah.
or where somebody who was there
Yeah.
almost every day,
Yeah.
all
And
about
that's
them.
yeah, one thing about like Gina's kids specifically, they're damn near like siblings to me, bro. Like but yes, that it started with me being an uncle with my sister and my brother Richie and their kids like took pride in it. That's all I damn near needed throughout my 20s was just having that uncle role and then I told myself I was going to have kids around like 28 and I did. So that worked out the right way, but man, definitely too that I lived with my sister out of high school when I first started my music journey and shit. And so I had my studio in there at her house. She allowed me to live there until I was like damn near 22, like working and fucking spending money to go out to LA and doing stuff like that. And she just always gave me a spot to stay, fucking never charged me for anything, you know what I mean? And it actually helped me get to the point that I was in order to travel the country and all that shit and didn't have too much responsibilities or anything. But I lived with her kids when they were damn near born up to like 6, 7 years old. So we have like a different type of relationship, you know what I mean? Like it's damn near feels like siblings sometimes. Not too much no more because I'm not around too much, but during that time, that's how it was. It was like we would argue like we're damn near brothers. Like the oldest Kyla, I would argue with Kyla like she was my little sister for sure.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But yeah, man, it's just that's we all your wife was talking about it too. We naturally just have huge hearts, man. Like fucking very family oriented and
Yeah, I remember your brothers, Georgie and Thomas. Like anytime I needed something, they would always be there for me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
they come help me move furniture if I needed it. So, I mean, always big hearts, and I always wish the best for them. And
Yeah.
they are good guys, and it's good seeing them when I get a chance to catch up with them.
Yeah.
I don't get to see them very much anymore.
Nobody really does.
Everybody's busy too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
absolutely. Everybody got their own lives.
I kid you not, like Galt's a small town, and when I moved from the east side to the west side, all the people I used to see on that side, it just don't see them no
Don't
more.
see you no more. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a small town, but it's a lot bigger when you have no reason to go over there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I try to stay at Walmart.
Yo, fuck, dude. Walmart is our Statue of Liberty here in Galt, bro. Like,
It's like Facebook. You run into
you
everybody.
run into fucking everybody out here. What's crazy is I've been away from Galt for so long, bro, that it's so refreshing when I fucking come back to this place, bro. Like, sometimes I'll just like pack my son up and be like, let's just go to fucking Papa's and Wings or something. Like, I just want to get the fuck out of like out of Sac and
Yeah.
come here and get like start passing Twin Cities and fucking
All that nostalgia.
all the nostalgia comes back, man. And it's just like when it gets when I didn't have like the kids or too much responsibilities and I was just living so fucking freely. I did it right here in this space and I played 13 years of football and so passing that field and everything, you know what I mean? Like it's just it brings it humbles me back down, man. I love this fucking place. And this is actually a place I would actually not mind to raise my boys. For sure.
And even when you were making music, I mean, I coached football for I think 7 or 8 years at the Junior Warriors, and you were out there.
I was out there coaching too, man. Yeah.
Doing that thing back for the community, and it was cool times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So Galt's a great town in general.
Yeah, it holds a very special place in my heart, bro. My whole family's heart, for sure. That's why, like, people will be like, "You're from Galt." I'll be like, don't get it twisted, motherfucker. We're cut from the cloth, but yeah, I'm from Galt, bitch. I love this place. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm from fucking, like, I'll let people know, like, we're from Highlands and we're from North Sac and shit, but I'm not sitting there like, what did that fucking place do for us, bro? Like, it didn't do shit for us. It damn near ruined my fam at a point. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna talk about the place that I'm cool with, like, you know what I mean? Like,
one of the funniest stories that I ever had with my buddy, he was at a bar in Sacramento. And he was getting in a fight with some dude. He was like, "What's up?" Throwing him up. He's like, "Where you from?" He's like, "I'm from G Town." And the guy's like, "Oh, you from G Parkway?"
oh,
no! Fuck! Hit the guy in the face and started a big old brawl. But nobody knows where Galt is.
Yeah. Well, when I did, I had an Apple premiere on Apple Radio with Ebro.
Oh, nice.
For APCH, the song that your son was talking about.
Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta find the fucking recording, man. It's hilarious. He was like, we got J.Sirus from Sacramento, Galt to be exactly. I'm glad you're claiming Sac though, because ain't nobody know where Galt is. That's what he said on national radio, international radio.
Yeah, who was that?
Ebro,
right?
Ebro, yeah, he's the host of Hot 97 and Apple and all that shit. Yeah, and
Ebro,
that was cool. And then he fucking loved it. And he's a very like harsh critic when it comes to shit. You know what I mean?
Music, yep. I watched the videos where he be talking
shit. Yeah, he's like hard, like in the middle of the song and shit. So yeah, it was a good that was a good feeling. He shout out Galt, he shout out Sac.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 27,000 people online listening and shit. So that was pretty cool, man.
A couple of songs that kind of made it pretty huge.
Yeah, man.
Impact. I mean, I might have heard you at the Kings game.
Yep, the Light the Beam is still contracted with them, man. They still play it after every win, even though they suck. They fucking. I'm a huge Kings fan, so I can talk shit.
To the game.
Yeah,
they won.
Yep,
against the Bulls. So
they slapped it for sure. Yeah, they slap it when they hit the beam. They slap Light the Beam. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fucking awesome too. That whole storyline too was really dope. I got to do it with a couple of close of my friends too that are in the music industry, 95 and Ted. And I was talking to Ted about it, like, bro, we should do some shit like that. And then I kind of just slept on it. And my boy 95 pulled the trigger with Ted. And Ted called me. I was in my kitchen, but I lived next to Ted in Rio Linda. And he was like, come out into the garage. And we combined both of our studios together. So we had a whole like warehouse studio. And he was like, this is the beat. Go back into your kitchen, write the verse. And I went back 19 minutes, wrote my fucking Like the Beam verse, and came back in and recorded it. And I didn't really have no expectations for it, bro. Like, I knew it could do pretty good. But then we started getting hella good. Yeah. The Kings did. And then we did like our KCR83, and they were spotlighting a few different songs and stuff that were Like the Beam songs. And out of homeboy Nate Curry that made one that was really dope. And I didn't have no expectation for it. It was just like whatever comes for it comes. I'm a Kings fan. You know what I mean? Like fuck it. And they ended up contracting our song to like, so all 3 DJs, and fucking every time we win they play it. But they already were showing me hella love. The Kings were showing me love big time. Like they had like damn near a J.Sirus rotation within their games. Like they played Classroom, then they would play Sacramento, and
Sacramento was
always getting played, and then Like the Beam came in. So now they have like a good little plethora of different records that they slap from us, which is always dope, because I went to a game with my pops where Lupe Fiasco was the halftime show, and they shut off the lights, start dimming the lights, and they slapped Sacramento leading into his performance.
Oh hell yeah!
And I had no idea, didn't talk to no DJ, nothing like that. I'm with my dad at the snack bar, and I'm like, do you fucking hear that? And this was the first time I heard my record, and it's like 17,000 people, bro. You know what I mean? And my dad's like, oh shit, my dad is my biggest fan, bro. And so
Yeah, I love your pops.
he just called me yesterday, like, you need to fucking drop again. And I'm like, I just turned in my record. Like, calm down. Like, he's on me big time with that. He took me to New York City for the first time for a music competition, I think like 2011, right when I graduated. And
Is that when you came up with Back in Yonkers, or?
no, Back in Yonkers came after tour. When I was on tour, that was a sold out show at Webster Hall. That's when I was in like autopilot on tour, and my whole cultivated fan base kind of came from that tour. It was cracking, man. We were performing in front of like 2,000 to 4,000 people a night. But yeah, that New York trip was just a wild one.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
Shout out to your pops too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you guys were jumping in that van and go cross country.
Yep.
He dropped everything.
He dropped everything, bro.
Yeah. That's cool though, man. You gotta have people in your life that support you that way.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There was times where I like barely could afford to get out to LA during that time where I was working with the management people out there. So it was a huge opportunity for me. My dad understood it, but I wasn't able to I couldn't keep a normal job because I had to be out there like 3 days out of the week. But I didn't have enough money to live out there. They weren't trying to give me a budget to live out there yet until my album was done. So it was just so pick and pull, you know what I mean? And somehow, like, I would come back, sell a little weed or something like that, and but my pops would be like, "What do you need?" You know what I mean? Working extra little shifts and stuff like that, and sometimes wouldn't even ask for him, and he would just Venmo it to me. I swear I looked at those Venmo transactions, and it was like a summer's worth of shit. There was no fucking way I would have been able to do that without my pops' help. And it's not like he's just well off and doing shit, you know what I mean? He just took care of it for me, and that shit will always stand tall with me, brother. I'll always remember that with my pops.
Yeah.
But
a lot of kids don't see the parents struggle to try to see their kids' success. I mean,
yeah.
I work with my kids here at the tattoo shop, and this is the first time we've actually seen like how much we had to put just to get this thing off the ground.
Yeah.
So we were all invested in this dream. So it kind of humbled everybody, because now they have an idea of like what it takes to the sacrifices we had to make.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
I remember Raina talking about she did what did she do? She did Black Friday gift certificates, 200 for 350 credit, just to get income in, because she was hurting because she was dropping all her money here, and that money helped her to get off her feet, and we were all doing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, when you want something, there's a struggle involved in it.
Absolutely, nothing comes easy, brother.
Yeah, and you know what? Nowadays, kids don't see that because they got that TikToker on there, makes it look like it's easy, but they don't see the 10 years of not success before he got to the point
where or the 100 videos that only have 100 views and shit, exactly. Man. Like, that's what a lot of people don't see, man. And what's really cool about you too, brother, is like when I brought up when you touted my first one and when I was 17, I remember your kids, bro. They were babies, and just your guys' relationship, I like just thinking about it though, like that's the type of shit that kind of like formed me into the pops that I am right now, bro. Like, you were just very hands-on. You like to work from home with them, but I remember just the way they would pop into the room and talk to us, like while you were tatting me, and they just have I noticed the relationship, the comfortability of the relationship, you know what I mean? And that's all I want to do as a pops, bro, is tip my cap to you for it, because for you to be able to do this and them not be like, man, I don't want to be around my fucking dad right now, you know what I mean? Like, they're prideful with it. I can see the passion in your son. Like, that's all I want. I want my kids to be as comfortable enough to be able to talk to me about anything, bro, you know what I mean? If they need help with something, they don't feel like ashamed to come and talk. Like, so I definitely tip my cap to you for that, brother.
Yeah, you have to put a lot in. And I was blessed, man. I had a great wife who sacrificed a lot as well, just to make sure that these kids were priority, and she made me make sure I made them my priority too. So it takes a good woman to
absolutely, bro.
To help you raise a family.
My fiance Fuck, dude, yeah, she's everything to me right now, brother. Like for a minute, but yeah, it's like that. To get into that, bro, like, yeah, like when she's been through the fucking ringer with me, bro, like, because the music industry comes with a lot of different things, and it's a roller coaster, being gone, coming back, and she
How long you
just
been with her?
10 years on April 11th.
Okay, so she's in some of your music then.
Yes, bro, she's an incredible singer, bro, has like a Motown tone voice to her. She's all over my first project, and she's all over this next one.
Okay.
Like, yeah, and so I just trimmed a lot of fat and just utilized like her fucking voice in many different ways, dude. Like, I need background vocals for this. I need you to do like this. I need you to sing like a choir on this. And she's like, okay. Like, just doing it. I got her on alternative shit,
I
R&B
remember
shit.
talking to you the other day, and you were talking about how AI has made it a little bit easier to
Hell yeah.
record and stuff like
Well,
that.
it just trims the fat like a motherfucker. Like especially if she's not up for it. I'll literally have the hum or the melody in my voice and be in the middle of doing my ad libs or in a session, and I'll sing it. I have programs that are connected to my Pro Tools that are kind of AI based, like they work like AI.
Yeah.
And my song that I just dropped, In Over My Head, I sang the hook into my phone and had them quadruple my vocals into a choir. You know what I mean? And then I stripped that voice out, put it into my Pro Tools, put it in like into the whole session, and it just opened my fucking eyes to what's possible now. Because a lot of thing with the AI stuff though is if you don't have flavor to use it, people are gonna tell that it's AI, and like
that's what I try to tell people is like AI is a tool.
It's a tool if you know how to utilize it.
It's not
Yeah.
there to make your life easy. It's a tool to help you with anything.
And just the vision that's in it.
When you gave me this, you were like, I kind of AI generated.
Yeah.
And I took it and then I had to manipulate it to still make it a piece that was gonna work.
Yeah.
Shit, if you look at the original design, it's got a third wing in here. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. So when you said that to me, I was like, because that's what AI does.
It'll fuck it up. Yeah.
It'll fuck shit up. And there's people that will use it for tattooing and they won't fix anything on it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
The guy's got, I seen it the other day, a foot of a hoof of a horse on the guy's foot, and it's just like, it's a tool. It's not to help you make your designs. It's a tool to help you. It's a tool that,
yes.
Like sometimes you'll get like somebody will want a script, and then to be able to apply that same script by using AI to say formulate this word, and then I still have to go through and clean everything up.
Yeah.
And everything. I'll use it a lot for script in that sense. Like, oh, he wants that font. We'll create that font with this name. No different than using the font website that uses fonts and then create some.
Yeah.
It's no different. The tools are there.
Yep.
Hey, turn this into a stencil for me. I created the whole drawing, which takes hours. Yeah. And then it takes another hour to stencil it. But if there's an app that makes a stencil
for you, hell yeah. Why not use it? Absolutely.
So when people use it for music, like you said, you could use it and it could feel like it was used. Or you use it as a tool and then you put your twist on it and then the real music still comes out of it.
Absolutely.
So,
and I do
like that.
I do graphic designs too a lot now. Like I do like cannabis packaging and album covers and shit like that. But I use my Photoshop program always first to get my initial ideas out. And then like if I need like a crinkle on the paper or something like that, I'll have AI generate something like that for me. But that shit, and so like with music, if I'm able to get a choir vocals and then I can pitch it up and pitch it down and make it sound like a Motown sample, but it's actually my vocals, right there you're cutting the trim of having to pay out a fucking sample and clear a sample first off, you know what I mean? And then you don't have to incorporate 100 different people on your record, which is splits, and now next thing you know, you're only getting 13% of your record because you have 15 fucking people on the record. Like that record I just dropped, I sampled. I'm not gonna say where I got sampled for. I don't want them coming for me, but fucking no. But it's like a '40s Latin guitar that I chopped up, sped up, Did the snaps and the drums, and then that layered vocal that I did, because I recorded the hook and I was like, fuck, I want a choir behind this. So I used the AI to generate the choir, and that shit by itself created a natural bass line behind it. And but now it's like I have a full acoustic record where it sounds like there's 5 people on the record and 2 different guitarists, and I did all this shit in my basement studio right now. You know what I mean? And so I sent it to a very talented producer named Ted Digital and was like, bro, I need some like West Coast drums on this, like brighten it up a little bit. And he did it, sent it back, we quantized it, I mixed it, he mastered it, and then I was able to just direct farm the fork, bro, just directly to the label. No, they're like, who's the dude singing? I was like, that's me. Like, fucking everything. Who's the producing? That's me. That's him. So they're like, fuck, we don't have to do no paperwork for this shit. Just sign it. Now I'm getting 80% of my record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that's a big tool to have, and especially in the music industry, because like, what do they say now? A lot of music's being heard on the internet before it actually gets to
sound streams or anything.
to the radio or a producer or a record label. Like people are putting out mixtapes, and if your quality of your mixtape sounds good because you're using a little bit of AI to give you the vocals, because I could tell you right now, it wasn't that easy when we were in the 2000s
Hell
trying
no.
to
When
make
I was
beats.
first starting,
Yeah, I
it's
remember
horrible.
making beats at my buddy's house on a 4-track. That 4-track, you only got so many sounds. You got multiple live instruments going at the same time, trying to hope nobody messes up, because we're not in a studio. We're just, kids messing around with, what we had available. But if we had those tools and a computer like it is nowadays, it just seems like it's a lot easier to.
Oh, dude, I prefer solo studio sessions out of anything. I think the only person that I like recording with a lot of people. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like when you have a good vibe, you know what I mean? Crack a bottle
Yeah.
at night, like it's cool. But now where I'm at, and I only get a select amount of time to really get in and fulfill like my vision and shit, I do my best work by myself. And the only other person, like I have an album coming out with my boy Bugby, incredibly talented artist too, super funny dude, owns his own weed company, all that. And he's somebody that I actually could be in the studio with for 12 hours straight and not even realize that it was 12 hours, just because we share kind of the same like common knowledge of studio etiquette and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, very no egos involved in it and shit like that. That's why our album sounds the way it does and stuff. And so that's one person. But other than that though, I'm by myself in the studio. Like the song I'm turning into Empire this week is completely done by myself too. Just as like a pride thing now, because it's like with all these tools and AI and all that shit now too, I like want to stay ahead of the curve. And so I gotta kind of like do a lot of trial and tribulations by myself until something like is like it's like perfection now and shit for me in my eyes, because I'm 30,000 hours into it, into music creating and all that. And so now that I have tools like what we're talking about, I have a fucking blast, bro. Like I'll do country songs. So because I'm big on like writing for other people, I want to get a publishing deal, like to where I'm just like writing from my house in SAC and being able to dish it out and get like Sony pick it up or all syncing shit. If you have flavor with your writing and you have in-depth writing, you can do some really special shit with AI. And it's scary, bro. Like it scares me sometimes. Like fuck, I have to stay ahead of the curve, or that's gonna surpass me, and my job's gonna be taken by some fucking way or how. You know what I mean? And so
That's shit. You've seen it with all those renditions of like the rap music in the 50s
yeah,
jazz right now. Like, you're like, oh god, that actually sounds a little bit better than the original.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And so it starts fucking things up. And I've seen artists, like big artists, they are advocating for like the non-AI shit. And it's like to each his own. I still make the music regardless, but now it literally cuts time way beyond half. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can do a full song like that in a 2 hour period, compared to a 3 different session, paid $800 to have these people come up and to have the choir and the saxophone and all this shit. You know what I mean? When I can just do it myself
Yeah.
right there. So yeah, it just cuts time, cuts costs. You know what I mean? It makes me more money, to be honest with you. So it's a fucking win-win for me. So people that don't advocate it for it, that's all your personal preference and shit. Get some flavor, bro. Like,
It's for there's something for everybody out there. Like I said, like you don't have to. It's no different than being like, I don't listen to country music. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean just because you don't like the AI doesn't mean that the next person's not going to enjoy the music. You know, there's a lot of people that it doesn't matter to them. You know what I mean? Where the music's coming from.
yeah, yeah,
Um, or the art or the movie or the soundtrack or all that stuff. You know, my wife uses Chat GBT
yeah.
every day.
Well, when I'm working for the cannabis stuff though, fuck yeah, I use that shit too. Like, what does this mean? Or how would I
Yeah,
explain this shit?
exactly.
Yeah, like,
Give me a better way to tell this guy to fuck off. You know what
yes,
I
in a
mean?
more humble way, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
make it a little bit less aggressive or something, and
Yeah.
it does it perfectly, bro. Like, I use that shit, or I'll write bullet points of a whole conversation I had with a company, and be like, all right, draft this into an email. Make it like this. Like all my points are in there. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm talking to him like I'm Joseph. I'm talking to him from a company standpoint. So I'm like, yeah, let it be
Yeah.
by the book. You know what I mean? Like,
And it's like you said, it's a business. So like you can't just go talk to somebody like you're on the streets because they're not from the streets. So to have something that could help you, you know, speak to them in their language, why not use it? You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
hell yeah, for sure. I agree with that for sure.
I mean, I'll still go out there and talk to people the way I talk, but then like even like business meetings, I'll you know brush it up a little bit and remember not to use profanity and stuff like that.
Yep, absolutely.
You
Yep.
know, so yeah. So what's in the future for you? What's your future plans? I know you kind of handed towards a new album.
Yeah, so I got a couple new projects out. Just definitely I needed to get settled in a little bit, like in my personal life, make sure that my kids and my girl was secure. We just got a crib recently, and uh my third baby's about to be here finally, and so I kind of timed it with the maternity leaving of her being on maternity leave to start dropping in cohesively. So I got a lot of music that I'm dropping this year, period. Um, some exciting stuff. We got booked for concerts in the park June 5th. Co-headlining set, me and Bugby. I've been trying to get on concerts in the park for 10 plus years, so that's a big deal for us. It's one of the opening weekends. So that's exciting. And then, bro, really the main thing though, just in life in general in my future is just learning how to be a better father every day, bro. Like fatherhood and intertwining it with letting my kids see that I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? And just building that security for them and. Just moving out a militant way, but just really just being a better father every single day, brother. That's all I look for. Being
Yeah,
very
man.
present with my day to days and yep, just fatherhood and
That's the best thing you can do for your kid. Just be present.
mm-hmm.
Show them what your passion is and how much you put into it.
Yep.
That way, when they get older, when they decide on their path, they put the same you know heart into it
Yeah.
because they seen you do it.
Yep. And I see that's the number one thing, brother. That's the positive thing about me having my studio at the house and just working hand in hand with my fiance and my kids just watching every step of the way and stuff like that is just want to show them, you know what I mean? Just what a good father is, brother. And so as long as I'm working towards that, my music will continue to grow. Like if when I shy away from my priorities and that are actually my joy in my life, like my kids and shit like that, the music gets put on the last burner. Everything does, bro. And so, in order to do what I love, I gotta continue just to improve as a father because that shit brings me a certain type of peace that's indescribable, bro. Like,
It might bring a new thought in your head for a
hell
song.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, man.
I've seen people do it with their careers. They started here and then they have kids and then like you see a lot with comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had all these jokes and then they have a wife and a kid and then they talk about
All
that.
different shit.
Yeah, you know
Yep.
what I mean? Kevin Hart did it.
Kevin Hart did it.
Andrew
Yep.
Schultz did it. You know, all
Yeah.
these
Yep.
comedians that, you know, they've grown as in their craft and they use their life experiences. The ones that are never successful are the ones that stay in that first year. They
Absolutely.
never grow.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, because it gets old at
You
hearing the
gotta
same
come. You
shit.
gotta go with the times too. You gotta adjust with the times. And my last drop that I just did, that song "In Over My Head," I have both my kids on the cover that I did because the song is kind of talking about me. Like when it says "giving up," I'm in over my head. Like I'm kind of just giving up the reins to God. Like, and I found my path, or found my path. I'm in over my head in love with my children, and like this is
Yeah,
what I am. And so that's why I don't specifically say that in the song. I kind of leave it open. Like, is he talking about love? Is he talking about it? But when I wrote the record, I was talking about my children and really my relationship with God. And
yeah, that's crazy because yeah, you could take music totally different if it's not really just thrown at you. Like,
and that's the biggest thing about my artistry, bro, is like I leave the canvas open for the listener to kind of, you know what I mean, adapt it into their, like I leave the line, I
yeah,
leave it,
paint the picture for
paint the picture
yourself.
for yourself. I leave it black and white, bro. Yeah, and I think that's why, like, I might not have had the most fans, but I had the realest fans, I feel like, out of a lot of people in our area. Because, and what I mean by that is like the real supporters, like you'll see it in the interactive, like interaction engagement. But like I would have 9,000 followers on Instagram and sell out Harlow's and sell out shows in Sacramento, and you know what I mean, and have names and people knowing because those 10,000 people are actually 10,000 real fans. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so I never did the fake follower shit or anything because as an artist, like that's just to get your rocks off and make you fucking feel better at the moment. You know what I mean? But it's like that shows no growth. You don't really know the growth of your, and I like dissect everything about my brand, my J.Sirus brand, like how many people are interacting, how many women, how many men. So now I need to kind of attract to like this younger crowd a little bit, maybe do a funner record coming out and we can attract, but I always go after what my fans like and want and shit like that, and then let it continue to grow. But you need real fans in order to do that. So like if you're just have a bunch of bots and shit on your page, you don't have real engagement, you're just kind of just throwing shit out into the air hoping that it lands, you know what I mean? and
yeah.
and I got a certain confidence after a while, especially like after tour and it's constant, I'm in autopilot mode. It's like, oh, you guys like this shit, now I know what I need to drop next because I know what it, like where it's touching. You don't break what's not broken type shit, but you have like, you're in autopilot kind of with it. That's why you'll see the Kendricks just cohesively drop master hit after hit after hit after hit because he's like, oh, this, you guys like this, I'm gonna fuck you up with this now. But like you
Yeah,
have your finger on your fan base, and that's
that's what
like,
I felt like that GNX album was. It was like,
yeah, he had his
oh
finger on his fan
yeah,
base. Yep.
everybody said I wasn't good because I was doing this.
Doing this.
I
Yep.
could do that.
Uh-huh. And then he did like,
Let me drop an album for you.
yep,
Boom.
he did the Not Like Us,
Yeah,
and it was the number one song in the world, and he did that shit off of the whim, you know what I mean, in a rap beef.
yeah,
And so he's like, oh, you guys are, he didn't break what wasn't broken, and so he did a whole album of Not Like Us, you know what I mean, of
yeah.
shit like that, and it was genius, you know what I mean. And so, but he has his finger on it, and that's crazy that I brought it up because that's actually like something him, Nipsey, like I really base the way that they move as grown ass men within the industry, like kind of how like it's just something to look up to and shit like that. That's like a mentor without being a physical mentor and shit like that. Like man, yeah,
And yeah, with Kendrick too, like he did that same thing we were talking about, the growth. You know what I mean? He talks
yep,
about being a father,
yep,
wanting to be there for his kids and show them, right and wrong, not what he had to endure, growing up.
absolutely, yep,
Because that's the best. What do they say? I want my kid to be a better version of me, or a little bit better than I was, and that's the truth. Because we're all learning, as we grow, as fathers, as just people in general, how to be good, how all that stuff, and you want your kids to be a better version of you, because it means you actually, did something.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Right
we didn't
on.
really touch too much about this tattoo, so let's talk about it real quick.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, because it is a tattoo that kind of is near and dear to you, and we kind of talked about it at the beginning, but let's talk a little bit more about what the blue jay means, and even what we just seen outside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a cool little symbolism for this tattoo that.
Absolutely. I think that's what this is. It's just it's like a something for me to wake up in the morning, look over to my right arm, and just remind myself of who my brother was. And the Blue Jay is like I know a couple different stories of family members that lost somebody and they seen like an eagle or they seen a little Tweety bird or something like that. And it's like when you're in a world of grief like that, man. That shit was such a ray of light when I seen that blue jay on the fence the next morning after my brother died. Like, just had a very sense of calmness overcome me. You know what I mean? I was very calm, and in my head, I was like, he was like bouncing around, looking at me on the fence, like he was comfortable, like that was his backyard and shit. You know what I mean? And I didn't even say nothing. And my cousin Kayla was with me, and she's a lot more on the religious side too, and is a lot more educated on it. And she was like, Joseph, that's Ryan right there. So she said it out loud as I was thinking it without me even saying anything. And that's when it just like, I had just like, you know what I mean? That ray of like that light from heaven and shit. It felt like it hit me, man. Like the Holy Spirit hit me. And I was just like, that is you, you fucker. You know what I mean? Like that's you. And it's just, the bird was so beautiful. And I felt it every day after that. Every time I seen a blue jay, it made my day better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's just it might like it's not the same for my sister or my mom or anybody like that, but for me personally, that's who I feel like my relationship right now is in. It's just like it's a beautiful bird, man, and it reminds me of my brother that day because I was in a world of grief and it had a sense of that bird brought a sense of calmness over me. And so it stuck with me. My fiance is gonna ride with my kids now. I'm gonna ride with that shit for a while. But and then the script, I wanted to incorporate originally my son's birthdays somewhat throughout this, but I feel like what it represents now, it represents everything, not just my son's birthday. It represents the mother of my kids, everything. But it's just he's walking with us. I have the Blue Jay in there, and the script of talking about sending down his angels so you don't hit your foot on your stone and you're able to
Yeah.
walk over the lion and the serpent and all that. But you're with basically what I got out of it is that this bird, like having the symbolization of the bird on me right here, and his just I know my brother walks with me every single day, but now I get to look down and get reminded and not have to wait for a blue jay to come by. And you know what I mean? And if I'm having a bad day, I can look down and look at you know what I mean, look right here and read it. And that shit really does, it plays a part in your in your energy and all that shit, man. And so
Yeah. And then when we were getting set up for the tattoo, we looked outside and
there's a blue jay right there, right in the window. I
yeah,
haven't seen one in months, man. Yeah.
yeah. Even my son said like, I've never even seen a blue jay over here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we got a blue jay outside.
And it's the same style one that you're doing on me. That shit speaks volumes. It's I don't really believe in coincidence too much no more, man. Like I just feel like everything really happens for a reason, or it's just like even if it's not a reason we don't understand at the moment, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's very special. Like, and then not only that, next week I didn't even put two and two together, bro. Like, I set this up with you. You wanted to do mid March. I wasn't even thinking about it until last night. Like, oh fuck, my brother's 5-year anniversary of his death is next week on the 24th, and I'm gonna be able to have this for it. So it's like a little gift for both of us, man.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you letting me
Absolutely,
do
brother.
this and catch up with you. Um, so I think that's it for today, man. I feel like we covered a lot of stuff, and you know,
Yeah, I blabbered, man. Thank you for even giving me the floor, brother. I haven't done one of these in a minute, and your family, dog. So I was more than happy to come over here and chop it up.
yeah. When we
And
were sitting down and having dinner that night, and I told you about it, and you're like, "I'm down." I was like, "Man, I was thinking about it, asking you. Like,
yeah,
I'm looking for people with stories and you know, doing things that not everybody gets the chance to do, and you're one of the first people I thought about because I try to keep it. I'm not trying to keep it in goal, but I want
just
to.
at home though,
Yeah,
something that means something to you. Yeah,
yeah, some people that are doing things in golf that I like support. And like I said, I've supported you for the longest time, watching your music, watching the growth, and and seeing you do, what a lot of us have tried to accomplish by getting out there and getting your music heard to big crowds and shit. Huh. I freestyle every morning before I go to work. That's my daily routine.
Come on, Papa. I love it.
I get in my work truck.
I love that shit.
That wakes me up, dude. I go on YouTube. I got like some instrumentals on there and just go to town.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm rapping about just random shit. Sometimes my wife pissed me off in the morning and I'm just talking about her. You know what I mean? It just whatever comes to mind that.
Oh shit, dude.
So, yeah, it's still in my life, and I love listening to the music.
I love
Some
that,
people
bro.
look, when they jump in my truck, they're like, "You listen to rap music?" I'm like, "It's not rap music. It's music.
It's music."
You know what I mean? There's artistry in it.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you get some of these artists that are doing things that, if you actually listen to the music, you'll see that they're more than just a rapper. They're actual artists, and I get that from you. So man, I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, I appreciate this too, brother.
Everything you're doing. So keep on doing what you're doing.
I will, brother, man. I love you guys, man. I love your family, whole family, bro. It's you guys are part of the village, man. Whether you guys know it or not, man. Like that's what the village represents. Is this right here.
I'm gonna have to get that tatted.
Now, come on, brother. I'm telling you, because it's very at home. Like, look at how we're able to like extend each other's talents to each other at a very professional level too, man. Like, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I remember my daughter when she first heard your music. She is such a fan. She bought one of your village shirts.
Oh man, she's awesome. I remember her taking the picture in it. And yeah, I posted it on the page. Yeah.
She's been a big fan of yours. Been riding with you for the longest time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
it was awesome to see your son too. Right now, he took a shot with us. The whole shit, man.
Hey, isn't that crazy, man? Like he came in here and he had better interview questions than I had. He's like, we were recording, so we're gonna throw that clip.
We can, huh? Yeah. And I would love to have him in it too, man. That's fucking awesome.
Because or are these questions you're asking?
I'm not gonna be asking these questions.
No. Do you have like a dream producer to work with? Like, could be dead or alive.
Fuck yeah, I would off the top of the head for sure, like the Kanye's and the Dre's and shit. That's just from my childhood growing up. But there's actually like producers that a lot of people don't know. There's this producer out of LA called Oh Gosh, and his sound is just so directly like my style of what I want. Every beat he makes, like it's a lot of live instruments, a lot of like APCH type stuff, but then like rugged, like poppy hip hop drums, fat hip hop drums, and he's a platinum producer, but he's very still under the radar, but he's like fucking thousands and thousands of dollars to work with, but that's like a dream producer of mine. That's like came off the top of my head. But one good thing about my production group, bro, is I work with some badass people, bro. Like, I have kind of my dream production group right now. Like,
yeah,
if I was to blow the fuck up like through the roof, I would bring them with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because it's just they're a one-stop shop, and that's like my boy AC, Nabien. Mm-hmm. But like I would say Pharrell, Kanye, to answer your question, Pharrell, Kanye, definitely Pharrell. Yeah, I would definitely probably Pharrell would be my number one.
Dead producer, I'd say like J
Dilla for sure.
What's his name? Quincy Jones, right?
Quincy Jones, yep. Premier.
He's dead, yeah.
Quincy Jones just passed, recently.
Crazy.
Hell yeah, I'm a big Motown guy too. My pops is a big Motown guy. Yeah, Pharrell. I would say Pharrell, and then Dead. I would probably say Dilla. You kind of nailed it there for me.
I like the Neptune's work that Pharrell did though.
That's kind of the Pharrell I would want.
Stuff,
That would be kind of the Pharrell, or like the Clips Pharrell. That would kind of be up the alley of what I would like.
Back in his prime,
And he's
beats are still good, but like
super good. He just does like shit that's needed. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'll do stuff that's needed.
And that's it. No,
Like but there's like
bass heavy he is now.
Yeah, there's like
piano work and stuff.
There's a shit ton of them I'm forgetting right now too that are just like killing it. Like Murda, I would definitely like them to work with Murda Beats, like because he produces shit that is like just so internationally accepted like instantly. You know what I mean? Like what I mean by
Don't Like by Chief Keef, right? Murda Beats.
He did that one. Yes, he did a lot of them though. He produced a lot of Travis Scott's like Astro World, which is an album that I really, really love. You know what I mean? Murder is crazy, but like No ID. There's
You know who Clams Casino is?
hell yeah, from ASAP. He used to do all ASAP shit. Yep.
Clams is good.
Clams is fire. I actually did freestyles on his beats when I was getting out of high school. Nobody's ever heard. I hope nobody ever finds them. They're on YouTube.
You're gonna have to find them.
You're gonna have to find them for sure. I try to take down as much as possible. My label told me.
Oh yeah, there's a blue jay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting. I haven't seen one in months either. That's fucking awesome.
There it is.
There you are, you fat-headed asshole.
Because he did dive a little bit more into the music.
And stuff, yeah.
And he's a music head, dude. Like,
I can tell, bro. What the fuck?
I remember when he started first listening to rap, it was, all that mumble rap. And I was like, dude, that's not rap music. This is good. This is the best. And I was like, all right. So then I just started throwing him, like, the J. Coles, some of the rappers, in his generation.
Yeah, you put your ear to, yeah.
You can put your ear to it, and actually they're saying some stuff that resonates with people. And he listened to it, and then like, he'd be in the garage, and I'd be drunk. And then he'd be like, listen to this song. And I'll be like, no, listen to this song. We had little verses inside the garage.
Oh, I love it.
New school music. I'm playing the old school music. And like some Rakim, some Wu-Tang, a little bit of everything from my past. And he was listening to it, and he started rocking with it. And then next thing you know, his music started.
The whole IQ starts evolving. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
He still got this Travis Scott. And
same with here. Same.
It's like we're done, so... So crack that bottle of whiskey and fucking please. All right, all right. So we're done with the tattoo. We got a little video of what the tattoo looks like. We'll post it on there. Great time catching up with you. Getting some insight on your music. It was really, really great to, sit back and just chill and get that conversation out there. But now it's time to drink some whiskey. So the bottle of choice today is Joseph Magnus. Quick breakdown on this bottle. I picked out this bottle just because it says Joseph in it. I'm here with Joseph, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna try something different. Looked it up. Looked like it had some great reviews. The story behind this is Joseph Magnus is actually a guy who, in war times, got out of the war and decided to open his own distillery. He started off with a different bottle, and then during Prohibition, they shut it down, and then his family found some barrels and bottles of the original whiskey, and they said, hey, can you guys make this match? And they did, and then they rebranded it to Joseph Magnus. So, and they also have the cigar blend, which is another option out there. But let's open it up. So the cool thing about this is I remember hanging out with you guys, not necessarily you because you were still young, but hanging out with your brothers. And your brothers were really heavy into drinking some Hennessy, the cognacs and stuff like that. So when I saw this Joseph Magnus, I was like, first, it's, reminds me of you just because the name resemblance. But it's a bourbon that's finished in sherry and cognac cask. So I thought that was like kind of interesting. I was like, okay, that reminds me of your family and how we used to, get down back in the day. So I was like, let's try this. So let's pour us a drink.
Yes, sir.
And
I love the backstory, man.
Yeah, man.
Only if I had you every time I was just drinking some whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Just pop out. This has hints of cherry. I'm like,
yeah. So it also says here on here that it's layered in apricot, roasted nuts, caramel, and beautiful vanilla. So let's see if we can get that. And then, there you go. And then what we're gonna do is we do this one thing, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a drink. All right. Salute. Thanks for coming in. These are so heavy. I poured that.
I work my hands like I need that shit.
Yeah, but you've been talking about it all day. So let's take a drink and we'll just tell us how we feel about it.
It's right up my alley. How's that kick? You know what's crazy? It has the whiskey taste to me, but the initial impact does remind me of a cognac.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It was really smooth. It
Real
was smooth coming in, going down, and then you feel that spice.
I feel it right here. I feel it right here now, but it took a while to get there.
So
I like this.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go hang out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab something real quick. We did this in the last episode. And anything over 100 proof, sometimes you can just throw a little bit of water in there and it changes the flavor.
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. This is exactly 100 proof. So we're gonna drop a couple drops of water in there, and then you're gonna tell me if you taste any difference.
Okay. Where'd you learn this trick from?
Watching guys on the internet, where I learn everything, you know.
That's a night and day different to me. Compared to the first drink, that was night and day different smoothness. Like the first one was smooth, but it kind of had that a little bit of a slight burn the whole time going down, and then it sat good. But it was like if I was to drink it without the water,
that's good.
It's good. I would pound it more with the water droplets in it because it's easier to drink.
But I also told people sometimes the first drink, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm getting
wakes it up a little bit. Yeah,
and the second drink wakes it up. So you're getting a little bit more of the taste.
That's crazy.
But just the water itself.
Just the water. That's
the difference.
I never even.
You can taste the caramel in that way. But this Joseph Magnus, it does have tons of awards.
This is fire, bro.
I don't got my glasses on, but it looks like San Francisco World Spirits Competition won that. New York World Wine Spirits Competition, it's won that. Some other stuff. So I mean, it's tried and true, and people love drinking it. I would love to try some of the other ones. Like I said, they're kind of pricey though. So this bottle was purchased at NorCal Bottle Shop up in Roseville. They also have this at St. Mark, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, it's just sometimes St. Mark has like just one bottle that I'm just like, ooh.
Did you go right here to St. Mark, or did you have to drive to Roseville?
I was already in Roseville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get it from Roseville and find out they have it right here.
Nah, so the Roseville, they just got a bigger store that specializes in spirits. So
okay.
I like going in there and shooting shit with the owners.
Do you usually just go after the 100 proofs?
I try to stick with bourbons, but you know, some people have been asking for Irish whiskeys and
yeah, because I'm a little foreign to it, and so yeah, just like, are they? Is the bourbons different, like a different percentage?
Yeah. So me, if you get over 100 proof, you start to taste the spice. Like it brings the heat, and I'm a little bit. Maybe that's the Mexican in me, but I like it a little spicy. Yeah. I like to feel the burn a little bit. And usually when you get that burn, it you get more flavors for some reason. For me personally, everybody has their own, choice. But you can taste this, and you'd be like, oh, I could drink a crap load of this.
Yeah, I can tell the professionalism that you have with this too, because look at my cup and look at your cup.
Yeah, you're just pounding it. So once again, Joe, I appreciate you being here.
Sir, my brother.
For everybody who doesn't know you and tuning in for the first time, they can get your music where?
Everywhere, every platform across the world. You look up J.Sirus, JSirus. You'll find me. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Pandora, Tidal, everyone you could think of, we're on there for sure.
One thing we didn't talk about is you shot a video with one of my bikes, my custom cruiser. Remember that?
Oh shit! Yes,
yeah,
2012. 2012.
That was crazy. So I'm in one of his. Well, my bike's is on his videos, and it's right on my street.
His artwork is the only thing that's on his open canvas, man. Like I only have his work on my body. It's been in countless videos. You'll see it everywhere. Giannis, they do the close-up shot on the village there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's on Pablo right there.
Still. So look him up. Also, like he said, tattoo shops right here, Ink House Social. Come visit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. J.Sirus, I appreciate all the time.
The best in the 209 right here, man. As he's been the best, he's been working. I seen his grind come up from his bedroom to a garage tattoo parlor, and now he has his kids right here. It's nothing but respect, and this is the best in the 209 for sure. You guys got to come and check him out.
Hell yeah. All right, and then we had that $1 million question. Remember?
Oh, shit.
All right, so $1 million question. Okay. Who started the fight at Levi Stadium?
So we had an op there. It was a preseason game, so it wasn't that serious. I have my 1-year-old son there, and thank God that didn't get caught on film. But the dude was being really disrespectful towards my sister, towards my fiance, and we're cut from that cloth, man. So it was that dude's fault. We just reacted. You know what I mean? We heard him reacted, and
if you haven't seen the video, it's got like how many?
I got held back. It has too many views.
It's got millions of views on ESPN. And you can find it anywhere.
It has too many views than I would like. But yeah, we don't condone violence. We just condone the proper reactions, man. You guys gotta show respect out there, man.
All right.
But yeah,
well, that's it for today. Once again, had a good time.
Thank you so much.
It's been great. I appreciate it. Tattoo looks great.
Yes, it does. I love it.
Hope I get to see you back in here.
Oh, we're going to for sure. I love it, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, salute, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, sir, man.
It's always good to be around you guys.
Always welcome here.
And I'm taking shots with you. Fuck.